guys, Stitching May or Megan here to do my update video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is all about cross stitch. I do throw a little bit of life in there, but mostly about cross stitch. And if you've watched my videos before, welcome back. So it's been 2 weeks since my last video, and I almost didn't make this video. It's a weird video where I don't have a whole lot to show you stitchy wise, but then I have enough that if I waited another week, I would make a really long video next week. So I am literally here in my pajamas and freshly showered. My hair is not fixed, it's just air drying, and I have to hurry up and get the video in before the frizz sets in. Anyway, so I'm here anyway to do the video just because I didn't want to overwhelm you with the next video and it being really long. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how quick this actually is. So last week I didn't stitch a whole bunch because I got the spring cleaning bug and I completely reorganized my cross stitch room. The furniture's all in the same area, but except I've got 2 new pieces of furniture. It all started with buying a 3-tier cart. On the left side of my stitching chair, there was this void of space that stuff just piled up in. And I was tired of that, so I got the cart thinking that I could organize that pile instead of just having the pile. Which then that led me to then organize this, and then this, and then this, and it just kind of went around the room until I've completely gone through patterns, which I do that kind of on a regular basis. I went through my magazines, I condensed them down, donated a whole bunch, or have a bunch to donate. I went through my books, kind of called them out. My magazines, if they were from before like 95 and I only needed one pattern in them, I, shock and horror, ripped them out of the magazine and kept the pattern and tossed the rest of the magazine. I know they were my magazines, so I did it how I wanted to. Some of the newer ones or more expensive ones are the ones that I wanted several patterns on. They're still intact in a little magazine thing, so don't panic. I didn't rip apart every magazine. But yeah, I've got everything. I went through my drawer system, organized that. It's been an adventure. So with that said, I didn't get to stitch as much. But I did stitch some and start 2 new things. And I also have some other stuff to show you towards the end of the video. So let's just jump right in with stitching. I actually can show you the order that I stitched this week. There's that little of stitching. I started off immediately after I recorded the last video, continuing to work on this Modern Folk Embroidery Let's Be Kind. I'm doing this as part of the Kindness Challenge tag on Instagram. I am stitching mine in so it's charted in red. I want to say it doesn't actually give you a color. I know a lot of people stitched it in like DMC 115 because it's kind of that red, dark red color. I'm stitching mine on this, I believe it's 32 count raw linen. And it may be 28. I calculated for it to be 28 count just to make sure that it would fit. See, it's starting to poof. I'm stitching it in the colorway. It's by Color and Cotton. It's called Goblin. It's this beautiful kind of navy blue to bright green floss. And I think I showed you where I was in the last video. If I have a before picture, I'll insert it here. Not got a ton of it done. I've hit both the left and right hand borders. I have Let Be Kind. I haven't put in the apostrophe S yet. That's just where I stopped. It was easier for me to count from this side to the middle than trying to go from the B to the S. I don't know why at the moment. I'm just weird like that and decided to go that way. But as you can see, this variation is showing up great in this. I'm loving this variegated thread. It's not wildly variegated, but you can definitely see the difference in it. And then the next thing was a new start, and this new start I am able to blame on Emily because I had kind of gone back and forth on whether or not to start it, and then I saw hers and I was like, fine, I've got to start it. And that is, we've been enabling each other a lot recently. And that is the Mystery Sow by Lindy Stitches. It's called Onward Noble Steed. She just released the third pattern this week, today, Friday. So I've not even started on the third installment. I do have the first 2 installments done. I'll show you a picture of what it's going to look like when it's finished here. I'm stitching hers as charted, except I exchanged a purple and an orange for some color and cotton. This is the purple I used. It's called Salvia. And then this is the orange I used, and it's called Jack-o'-lantern. I don't want to put so much emphasis on the word Jack just then. But then everything else is as charted. I'm using this random piece. This was gifted to me a long time ago, and I've been waiting for the perfect piece to stitch on, and this one just fit. And I don't stitch on opalescent often. I don't use bright colors, so this piece is one that kind of pulled me out of my wheelhouse. So that's good. This is a 28 count, I believe. It may be 32 count. I've got the label in there. It's a Silk Weaver's fabric. I don't remember the name of it, but it's an opalescent. Can you see the shiny? There it is. There's the shiny. And that is where I am. I was caught up until tonight, but she just released it tonight. So I will work on this later tonight. And then go from there. Hopefully hold it up. It is so cute. So, there that one is. What does this go with? I guess with this one. The next one I worked on was a new start, and this one's my fault. Emily's blaming this one on me, so is Ellen. Ellen's going to start it probably soon. And that is Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler. So this pattern is still available in their shop. However, it's no longer free. I was able to get in on it while it was still free. I decided to stitch mine on 20 count Ada in the color Vintage Country Mocha. And then I'm using this Sulky 12 weight blendable 4016. Is that going to be nice and focused? Come on, focus. I don't know if you can see that or not. Still trying to focus on me. Nope. Anyway, it's this beautiful turquoise and blue, variegated, wonderful, yummy floss. There we go. I love this color. I did get the 330 yard spool. I'm hoping that's enough. It is, like, their die lots don't change often, so I'll be able to get another spool if I need it. I am stitching this because of the 12 weight. They say that it's equal to 2 strands of DMC. I've heard some people say that it's more like 1.5 strands. There's the thickness of it. See that? I will show you my coverage on my 20 count Ada. Now this is 1/1 on 20 count Ada, and I'm very pleased with the coverage. Like, I almost think it's the same as 2. But more people say that it's 1.5, so I'll go with what they say. But as you can see, you can already see the blues and the greens. I'm absolutely loving this color on this Vintage Country Mocha. Guys, my words tonight are not being nice to me. I only have 41 stitches in. We started this on the 4th of July. I was at my in-laws. We were having pool time and barbecue. And then we've just been doing family stuff again. Just, you know, socially distancing, doing stuff with the family, hanging out here. But cleaning my room, putting together furniture. So there that is. And then the fourth thing, can't count, that I've worked on is one that I pulled out for the Is Kismis in July sale on Instagram. This is also really close to a finish, and I'm wanting to get this finished and get this framed. So it is my Silent Night by Country Cottage Needleworks. I always have to look to see if it's Country Cottage or Little House. And this is stitched in pearl gray linen, 32 count pearl gray linen. And it is stitched in all of the called for DNCs, not the called for specialty threads, except for the church, and that was in a color and cotton, and I don't remember the name of the color and cotton that I used. But I wanted the church to not be the same color as the snow. I'll insert a picture of where it was, and then here is where I am now. All that I need to do are these 5 little snowflakes here, some more greenery here, and some greenery on the bottom, and I will be done. I even did all the snowflakes, and I contemplated not doing the snowflakes, but I decided to. This is a needle minder that Miss Connie got me, Connie Gee. And I actually got to stitch with her for the last 2 days, not in person, but we used Messenger, and we stitched for a few hours, and it felt so normal to sit and chat and stitch with her. It was amazing. It was so much fun. But once I have this finished, I think I'm going to get this framed as the FFO. And then I've got a little bit of haul, not much. I went to the Hobby Lobby, thanks to Linda Jo, and I got one of these little pieces. And my Hobby Lobby had this one, this great big one. And I already know what I'm going to be putting on this one. I've got a piece by Big Creek called Thankful Quaker. And that is what will go on this one once I finish it. That's my plan, at least. We'll see. I never stick to plans. Who am I kidding? But there that is. Hang on a second. Yes, I'm having coffee, even though it is 8:15 on a Friday night. But Fridays are my all-nighters. They're the nights that I stay awake all night. My sister is staying the night. I'll stay awake all night, and then I'll sleep tomorrow before work. So, the reason that I pulled out my Christmas one, other than the Is Kismet or Is Christmas in July sale, and then all the Christmas and July sales that are going on, is because I want to get it framed. Because my husband caught a bug, and he has been framing like crazy. Just smack the wall. No, I did not put a hole in it. So, it started with, I had finished his Blackbird design. I may have already, did I already show this frame? I don't think I did. No. It started when I had finished his Blackbird designs, Blackbird piece. It's the mystery tour or whatever one by Blackbird Designs that he wants to put, that he chose for me to start. And that's this one. And this is his framing, guys. I'm so lucky. And these are all just random frames from the thrift store. Like, they aren't at all ones. They're just random ones from the thrift store. I go in every time I go into the thrift store. I go by the framing department, and anything that is a decent size or looks like it's in good shape and is a good price, I grab, and then I've got a stack of frames. So, there's that one. And then there was another one that he framed that I cannot show you because it is a gift. So, after he framed those two, he was just in the mood to frame, and he continued to frame. And, I don't know which one was next in the order. The gift one, and then he decided to frame some more. Anyway, he has now decided that he is going to claim all of the Beatles pieces for his music area. So he asked me if I had any more of them, and I had showed him the patterns, but then he didn't know that I had already finished Eleanor Rigby. So he had me add in the words Eleanor Rigby, and I did do that at some point this week. I added in the Eleanor Rigby. I don't remember when. I didn't count it as my stitches, whatever. But I added in the name, and then he framed this one as well. And these are both over, sorry, Flosstube itchy nose. And we've got a shelf, and he's going to put them all around his shelf, kind of like a gallery wall, I guess, if you get fancy. Where he plays and has all his music stuff. So there that one is. These all are just lookout frames. And then he just continued. He also stitched this finish by Connie Gee Designs, Wish Upon a Star. This frame was from, my lamp got too hot. Hang on. I'll let it cool off and then it'll turn on again. This one is by Connie Gee Designs, and this frame is from Walmart. It was a plastic frame. I was told I'm not allowed to get plastic frames anymore. He had some issues with the plastic frames. There that one is. Okay, my light cooled down and I'm back in business. I forgot that I had it on level 2. It's got 2 different levels, and level 1 will stay on forever. Level 2 will get too hot and it'll turn itself off. Anyway, so I don't know if I ever got that one without the glare. Let's see, we'll hold it up again just to be safe. Wish Upon a Star by Connie Gee Designs. See, my camera focuses better in everything with this light. And then he also framed one that Sammy J Stitch or created. It was for the Magical Stitches group. And this is Few Battles Are Won by Strength Alone. And he purposely framed this with a lot of the fabric because he really likes seeing the fabric. And my son says this is the favorite one that his daddy's framed recently. The favorite project that he's framed. So that's 5, counting the one that I can't show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 counting the one I can't show you. He also framed this one. I think this is Silver Creek samplers. Or samplings. This is the one about the one I started in memory of my mom. There once was a girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. I have to read it because my mom said it different. But there that one is. Guys, I cannot brag enough on how well he does with his framing. And this was my first start ever. Or my first finish ever. And he framed this one. We had to alter the background a little bit, but I think he did well. This map is all interesting. He worked his tail off on these. This came from a bookmarks, obviously a bookmark pamphlet, and it says bibliophile, a person who loves or admires books, a collector of books. And at the time, I was going through books like crazy, and that was perfect for me. I've actually stitched this twice. I stitched it in orange and yellow for a coworker, and she had it framed for her personal library at her home. That's not all, guys. We're up to what? 7. The last one, though, number 8, is my Anne of Green Gables by Soda Stitch. This is the one that I had not planned on framing, but when he paired it with this frame, it was so perfect that we just went with it. So he framed 8 of my pieces, and we went to the store and got some of those command hooks, and we were just hanging them up everywhere in my cross stitch room. Just randomly, willy-nilly, to where they can be shown. He says, you work hard on these things, they need to be shown. So he's like, it's your artwork, we'll put it up. And he's already ready to go back to the thrift store and look for some more frames, because he's got some other pieces in my bucket of shame. I call it my bucket of shame. Why do we call it a bucket of shame? Because it shouldn't be a bucket of shame. It's a bucket of stuff we finished and they're just kind of sitting there. So we need to come up better than maybe bucket of pride, but then pride's not good. Bucket of accomplishment. There we go. It was in my bucket of accomplishment. He's just been pulling them out and framing them. But next one that he wants me to do is Yellow Submarine, which is the one I didn't want to do next by the Blackbird Designs, but it is what it is. So I'm picking out floss for that, and I've already got fabric picked out, and that will be my next new start. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. My battery's about to die. As always, take care and happy stitching.